Hey everybody, it's Kevin. Today is Wednesday, the 23rd of June, 2021, and this is Kev's Daily Vibe of the Day. So let's get right to the cards and see what our message is. Pop over here. I hope you're all well. I hope you're all rested. Let me take a big breath in. Let it all go. Thank you, angels, for reminding me of your presence and revealing to me what I need to know through these cards. I'm willing to listen and to receive, to teach and to share. Whoop, there we go. There's two came out. I'm going to put them back in. I am still learning that. I think it's just an awkward way of shuffling cards. There we go. So there we go. Pull that one out. Learning experience. Oh yes, most definitely this is a learning experience for sure. I would say this card definitely means that you and I and everybody in the world is on a path, getting closer to the soul path, if I will, and moving into a heart space. We see an image of an angel that is in deep meditation, deep reflection, and holding the light in their hand. And I would say that this card represents anything that you're on a journey of learning and experiencing and discovering and getting is coming forward. And that the signs that you're receiving, the information that's coming to you, whatever that is going to come with it the aha moments, the oh my goodness, I had no idea. So I'd say be looking toward things, people, situations and places that are somewhat unusual, and look towards these places to teach you something. Know that everything is and has the capacity to be a learning experience. I would say it also probably means to be open and receptive to things that you perhaps had not been open and receptive to before. For example, there are fears that have been placed in our hearts and minds by other people's truth. And when there's a revelation that that truth is perhaps not in alignment with your own truth, with our own truth, or with the truth that we now know them to be, there's these aha moments where we feel like either we're validated because, I was right all along, or just surprised by what we thought we knew, we now know was a bit different. And as everything evolves and changes and shifts and transforms, so is going to be our capacity to learn something new and different. So we can sit in the fear of what that new and different looks like. We can sit in the control of wanting to make sure that there are safety precautions, but they're more still hiding behind the fear that something terrible is going to happen when this goes on or when that goes on. Inner peace and a sense of security are the result of moving past hardships, and know that without the challenges that we have in life, we would not be who we are today. So this would be a great time to reflect on the resolve and the strength that lives within. And doesn't matter really what went wrong or what happened. The point and the real big message is we've made our way from darkness, from difficult times, into the light. So today, the angel guide is inviting you to ask yourself, what have I learned from these experiences? Get in touch with your inner professor through the integrity and the connections that you have with other people. You can find a message within anything that you're curious about or there's a mystery. And if you're still in an area where you're facing challenge with a situation, or challenging with a person, or challenging in a relationship, challenging with a job, keep going. The worst that you're experiencing right now is coming to an end. Like, there's always light at the end of a tunnel. Let everything teach you something, especially the history, the journey that you're on and the history you've come from. I'll share experience with you. When I was going through the teacher training at the yoga studio I used to teach at, there was a point with the training, and it's a 200-hour basic training to, for want of a better expression, allow you to be able to hold your own in a group of people and know what you're talking about. The journey of yoga isn't about the poses. It's really about the transformation that happens when you place your mind, your physical body, your physical, all of this, the spirit that is your energy, that is your essence, your je ne sais quoi, all that stuff, that spirit, and the connection with all of that together. And that's quite a journey. Brings in the egoic traits, brings in the divine law of things, the order of attraction, the order of reciprocity. There are lots of divine laws and orders that come along with a learning experience. And during the 200 hours we were going through, there were several exercises, treatments, ways in which to be curious, they call it inquiry, about ourselves. And when we begin to remove the layers of lies that we have chosen to believe for a while because it's what we know, what we think we know, what's safe, what we feel comfortable with, when they begin to get unearthed, there is a tendency to feel very uncomfortable, sometimes drained, incredibly emotional. Because what we perceive and believe is our personality has been placed upon us by other people. And so we get posed these questions, probing questions, that we know we must answer. We know we want to know the answer to it, but we don't really know how to get to it. There's a block. It was for me. That was my experience. And I remember being about maybe 100 hours in, third or fourth weekend, I can't remember. And there was a question posed. How's everything going? What's coming up for people? And we began to go into this another 2 or 3 hour place where I'm sitting on a rubber block in the middle of a room, and it's uncomfortable, really uncomfortable, physically uncomfortable. And I remember thinking to myself, well, I can't see how much longer I've got to put up with this unearthing, pulling all this stuff up. But yet I was in too deep to stop. And then I was wondering how much more of this I had to do. You know, it's one of those scenarios, are we there yet? Have we arrived? Have we got there? Oh, for goodness sake, when is this journey going to be done? And I felt like that. So, you know, the facilitator of this growth wanted to know, well, tell us how you feel. Well, I feel like I'm in a tunnel. I can see the journey that I've come from behind me, but I can't see the light in front of me or even how much longer I've got to be. So it feels dark. Okay, so I was asked, what does the tunnel feel like? What does it feel like underneath? What do the walls feel like? What does it smell like? And all these things about this freaking tunnel. And was there anybody else in the room that wanted to join me on the tunnel? And yes, I had some friends who were willing to get in the tunnel with me and sit there. And this was just our experience of being stuck in the learning experience, not wanting to move forward, but yet feeling that we've come so far to stop now. The moral really was, there is no tunnel. There wasn't. I wasn't stuck because I could get up at any time and walk out. And how much longer this was going to go on was entirely up to me. But what would happen, and I knew intuitively, if I had stopped, if I had got up and said, no more, I don't want to do this, get me out of here, I only would have wished I continued. I only would have come back and had to do all this all over again just to get back to the same place to move forward. The idea of wanting to run and escape and disappear is real, and it's normal, and it's what lots of people do when the going gets tough and difficult and challenging. Those of us that are tough keep going. One foot in front of the other, one step at a time. Now, that's not to say you cannot rest. You cannot sit down, lie down, take a nap. Because that's important. That's important for self-care. In fact, at the time that your mind and your thoughts and your spirit and your inner intuition has reached a point of being overloaded, overcharged, full up, it is time to stop. It is time to rest. It is time to take the time out to nurture, because we are all, at some point, I believe, it's my truth, doesn't have to be yours, part of a spiritual connection that comes from love, that comes from nurturing, that comes from kindness, that comes from joy, that comes from peace. And I do believe that we choose to come into this world as a physical body with a purpose, with a connection. And the main purpose truly has to be to have a wonderful, incredible life, to live it fully, to take advantage of all of these physical opportunities that are there. Always, at any given moment, we can choose it, we can have it. The unfortunate part is we came to this planet with lots of other people, all having an incredible life, which would be phenomenal, fantastic. And for the most part, it is. You do a little work on your purpose. You do a little work for mankind. You do a little work to make the earth, other people, a community, a group better. You commit to making things better. That's your purpose. Like, we've got to leave the planet better than where we found it. But you've also got your self-work to do, your learning experiences, to shift where you were the last time you came and did this. The last life you had, that you had a purpose to gain and to perceive and achieve and do. You had that. So this evolution, this go round in this lifetime as you are, is your chance to make that shift, to increase, to move forward. There will always be hurdles, there will always be challenges, there will always be doors closed, but then there'll always be your connection to source energy that says, oh, now I need some guidance. Now I've reached a cul-de-sac, or I've reached a T-junction, or I've reached a point where there's choices. And there are always those signs along the way, those kismet moments, those, whoa, hang on a minute here. I've got an opportunity to do something, and here's a presentation of more than one choice. I call that divine intervention. Like, whoa, okay, I can get on my purpose and get going. Everything should be a teaching opportunity and a learning opportunity all at the same time. Most of it that we learn brings up fear. of what we're about to discover. Brings up fear, and the biggest one of all, and it's the biggest lie and misconception, is what is this going to look like for other people? Now, if it's a selfish act of just doing it, knowing that other people want to do what you're doing and you've taken it, I don't know if I agree with that. I do think to myself that there's something here and available for everybody, that everybody has the same opportunities. Well, not so much culturally, there is that, which I think our purpose now is here to make sure that's reconciled. I am a big advocate for how come this group get this and this group don't. There's a big sort of disparity. But we've come a long way to fixing that and changing that. And then I think that's part of the purpose. I think part of the purpose is to rise up, stand up, and move forward in a way that we can do it together. We'll always be presented with our old selves, the selves that were influenced in a certain way. That's always going to come up. It has for me, being bumped into people that felt a certain way, haven't really moved forward or transgressed forward or changed, and are still churning out the same behavior patterns. Eventually, there are these warning signs that say, okay, this is the way you want it to be, this is the way it's going to be, and that's going to be your existence. But at some point, we all wake up and align ourselves and become the light that anchors in the world. And just because somebody doesn't join on with your light, doesn't share your dreams, your wishes, your growth, your truth, your ability to move forward, it doesn't mean that you should stop. It's just they're not where you are. That must make them wrong or you right. Let's get that out of the way. Where you are is where you are. Where you find yourself is where you find yourself. What you want to grow to, what you want to go to is your business. Yours, your business. It's hard to walk away from people that have told you how it's going to be for you when you don't believe them, have told you that this is what's going to happen to you, and you know that's not true. It's hard to walk away from them because you love them. You want to love them. You want to love them more. But your learning experience is your learning experience. It's not theirs. The best way I've known to do it is to heal it. Sometimes people aren't up for the healing. They're up for the control. Their fear is landing in your choice to leave, to grow, to do something else, to be bigger, to be better, to have a bigger, better life. That fear that they're going to somehow lose you or somehow things are going to change between you, that's on them, that's their fear. And they do shift and they do change, but that's their life, your life, their life. That might be their experience. It's all the unknown. All right, my friends, let's hear from Melody Beattie and then we'll do our little, I don't know if they call it really meditation. It's more of a guided journey to your heart, journey to your spirit. Just a way to find peace before the day gets going. Discover the power of stillness is our message from the book. I will forever remember Yellowstone Glacier at night. A large full moon, the biggest I have ever seen, was resting upon the lake. The lake was frozen over, a still mirror between the mountains. Even the pines stood motionless. At that moment I saw stillness, quiet, motionless stillness, and I began to understand its power. Be still and know that I am God. How often have I heard that verse from the Bible? How well I knew it, but how little I understood stillness. Stillness is different from solitude, different from aloneness, different from turning off the stereo speakers or playing music softly. Stillness is a place You can find it in the desert or in the mountains. You can find it when you're alone or when you're in the midst of people. You can find stillness wherever you are, whatever you're doing and whatever you're going through. Stillness is a place within you. Slow down, breathe deeply, get quiet, become familiar with stillness. Take time to learn its power. From that space of stillness, the right action will emerge and you will find the next step. From that place of stillness, you can move into the present moment. There you will find your power, and there God will find you. There's still a concept amongst men that somehow God is a person. I think that that's what the great and powerful Wizard of Oz was all about, finding God. And stillness is what we're really about to do. So, bring your eyes down, close, take a breath in, fill your body up with, fill your body up with the oxygen around you. Ooh, let things go, stretch out your arms, your shoulders. I love this time of the day, right before the dawn. Connect with your breath. Make that connection. Be present to the inhales and the exhales, and every single exhale, relax, relax, relax. Let your mind be still. Let your body be still. Use your inner intuition to create the pause if you find your mind racing, chattering away, imagine the chatter keeps going and you stay still. What you are conscious of, able to do, in control of, is the stillness. In the stillness, imagine yourself being surrounded by the feeling of gratitude. Think of something that you are thankful for and grateful for, and you create and vibrate with the feeling of gratitude. Now bring the white light that you know for sure down from the highest part of the heavens through the stellar gateway, that ring above your head, and down into your heart space. Thank you, angels, for reminding me of your presence and revealing yourself to me, and also what I need to know. As you inhale, listen for how that air is racing into your nasal passages. And on the exhale, hear the roar between your ears as the air goes back out. Think of your breath like the ocean. Listen for the roar. The stillness. Is listening something to listen to? Think of your mantra for the day that you want to focus on. Your mantra can be peace, joy, gratitude, love, peace, understanding, forgiveness, hope, abundance. Any word or affirmation that reminds you of this space of peace. Know that right now, in the quiet space that you have created for yourself, you are surrounded by the light and energy of your angels, of your spirit guides, and in this space of complete divine stillness, you have the opportunity and ability to call forward any entity, angel, guardian angel, spirit guide, or the spirit of a past loved one. In this moment of stillness, you have the ability to call them forward and connect. Bring them into your third eye center, your mind's eye, as you remember them being. And then give thanks for the connection. You can use words like, thank you, Bill, or thank you, Julie, or thank you, Tom, or thank you, Grandma, or thank you, Grandpa, or thank you, Uncle. So good to see you and to feel you. So good to know you're present. Any of those things. And if in this stillness one of your loved ones who has passed into spirit comes to mind automatically, they are just coming to say hi. Take a few moments to acknowledge what you see, what you're connected with, what you're feeling, what you're hearing. If your eyes are down, you're seeing with your third eye center, your clairvoyant skills. If you're hearing a conversation in your head or words or a song, know that this message has been communicated to you. Anytime your mind takes over and you drift off, come back to your hands and your feet, your belly or your heart. Bring your hands to heart center when you feel complete. Lift your thumb knuckles to your third eye center, and together we bow and say Namaste. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Appreciate you listening. That getting stillness, the meditation, it is a practice and it takes some time to get together. And even those who are seasoned practitioners of meditation find it challenging to close the mind down and listen to the inner voice, listen to the inner guides, listen to the inner messages. The more you practice, the easier it gets to drop into it, but there's still distractions and there's still mind mess that happens. It's all good. All right, my friends, have a wonderful Wednesday. Do something that matters, do something with a purpose, and we'll see each other soon. Thanks so much. Bye.